People of Panem, we fight, we dare to end this hunger for justice.
Hey, shh.
That's how a revolution dies.
Welcome back to Not Another Needless Sequel, where we watch movies and propose unnecessary prequels, sequels, reboots, and remakes. My name is Kane. With me, as always, is my co-host, Kelsey.
Hey.
This week, we're taking a look at 2014's The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, and as always, there will be time codes below. With a budget of between $125 to $140 million, this movie walked out of the box office with $755.4 million. On Rotten Tomatoes, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 was given positive reviews by 70% of critics and 71% of general audiences.
It was just kind of boring. It felt like a filler movie. And there was interesting things in there that I think were pertinent to the story, but it felt like they were trying to extend the series when this possibly could have just been one 3-hour movie instead of a 2-hour movie, which I think like back when this was made, they didn't do that as much.
It's Harry Potter's fault. They started this shit.
Yeah, Harry Potter did start it. So, I mean, I still rated the movie a 4 out of 5 because I liked a lot about it. I didn't mind that it was slower paced. It just felt like a filler movie.
I rated it a 3 out of 5. So, it takes...
Worse than Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes?
Did I rate that higher?
I almost
Surely
kind of
not.
feel like you did.
It's not worse. But I go with the, in the moment thing. Do I need like a chart with faces? So
You definitely do.
point to it at the very end of the movie and
Yeah, if
decide
this
how
was
I
video,
feel?
you just hold it up and point.
Well, it takes place, I guess, very soon after the previous one, with us seeing what District 13 is like. District 13, we were told everything was bombed and gone. It's actually where the military, I guess, once was for Panem. And so they're living underground, they're stockpiling weapons, they're surviving off of very little, and they have Katniss there. They want her to be the Mockingjay, and they're also being run by their own president, President Alma Coin.
Ugh.
You don't like Alma?
The first moment, like, obviously I've seen this movie before. I've read the books. I know how it goes. But in the movie, the first moment you see her, I was just like, she's evil.
I don't like her because of her attitude. But besides that, we'll see how I feel in the end of the next one.
Okay.
Anyway, so Katniss is there. Finnick is there. Beetie's there. Beetee, I guess, as a result of what happened in the games, is now paralyzed from the waist down. And Haymitch is there. He's not in half the movie, though.
I know. It's actually, you know what, though? He's not in the next one a lot either.
They are telling Katniss, hey, you've been a symbol to these people. We need you to continue. You're going to be the Mockingjay. And she doesn't want to do that unless... Well, actually, she initially doesn't want to do it at all, but then she sees that the Capitol is using PETA in, like, propaganda videos.
They also take her to District 12 so she can see that it's been blown up, and she sees all of the, like, skulled bodies and goes to her house and gets her cat, or her sister's cat, and then that's when she starts to make demands, is because she sees what they did to her home.
But also that Snow, like, left roses in her home, like, mocking her. And,
Yeah.
Showing that he was there.
The Mockingjay?
Yes. Effie Trinket's also there. She apparently was only briefly in the novel at the very end, but the film expanded her role greatly.
See, that's what I thought. I thought Senna was in the third novel and that they rescued him. But I do not remember because I haven't read these movies in a really long time, which obviously they killed Senna in the last movie. It's confirmed by Effie. But that's what I thought about the book.
So what I have here, it says, in the novel, Katniss' stylists are present in District 13 as well as Fulvia, who is Plutarch's assistant. Effie replaces these characters in the film. Reportedly, after seeing The Hunger Games Catching Fire, the author Suzanne Collins called the director Francis Lawrence and said that there's no way Effie Trinket cannot be in the Mockingjay films. So she, like, requested it, like, which... I think it fits better than randomly now trying to introduce another character and being like, she matters too.
That's why I feel like they had saved Senna in the Catching Fire book.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't
remember either.
Gail's also there. Our favorite fucking nothing. Doing nothing.
Our favorite NPC.
Yes. Just sitting there with his stock lines of, it's okay, Katniss. We can hunt. Just hitting those lines over and over again like nothing else matters.
You're only kissing me because I'm in pain.
What's great about him being sad about kissing her is that Liam Hemsworth says that before kissing scenes, Jennifer Lawrence would purposely eat foods with garlic and tuna. Just chopping up fresh garlic on set in a tuna sandwich and getting ready for a kiss.
Absolutely disgusting.
Poor guy was really struggling out there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Doing the true acting of not throwing up when he had to kiss her.
So nasty. All I wrote, the only thing I wrote was Gale gives NPC vibes.
I just wrote, Gale, do you not see what's going on? Like, it just...
Well, that, and then, like, when we get to the point where we see PETA, and PETA finally starts to, like, say stuff about putting your guns down and all of this, he's judging him.
Yes, so the whole District 13, actually, because the Capitol has him on TV saying that what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah, he's like, I just want peace, I just want this. But I don't even understand, because it is so evident how much skinnier PETA is the second time that you see him, that they're clearly torturing him in some way.
Yeah, and I mean, from the first video, Katniss is saying that. She's like, look at him. Like, what are they doing to him? And, you know, Gale's just like, he's a traitor.
Treacherous bitch.
Everyone actually is like that. But when...
I would never do that.
Exactly. I would never. When Katniss goes to Alma Coin, though, and is like, hey, I'll do this, but we have to save PETA at the first convenience.
Remember when Gale was like, I should have volunteered for the first Hunger Games with you. Then why didn't you?
Maybe
Because you wanted to save your own skin.
Because
you want to save your own
skin,
skin,
Should have said
Gale.
something, Gale.
Yeah.
But no.
The only reason you wanted to is so you could get some.
You didn't expect her to live. And now you're like, I should have sacrificed myself.
Because she loves someone else.
Yep. That could have been you,
who's
too.
Infinitely better than you.
No, I think they would have run away. If he had actually had his ass on the line, he would have run away with her that morning.
I agree.
But because he didn't, he was like, we can't.
Oh, you have to leave for the game.
We're big Gale haters around here.
Yeah, sorry.
So...
Gale gives little Gale energy.
Yeah.
Not big Gale energy.
What a useless character. What a not needed character to be in the... They could have killed him in the last one, and they could have killed him off screen and just told her in this movie, and it would have felt more impactful to me than his presence. Anyway... Because of this, Alma Coin reluctantly agrees to do this, and they start trying to film propos for Katniss. She's terrible at them, and
Haymitch.
Haymitch suggests we get something real out of her. We bring her to District 8, which is another place that's fighting, and they're torn down, and they go to this hospital, and she sees all the wounded people, and they see her there, and they're just like, what are you doing here? And she's like... In that moment, it feels like she's genuinely inspired to be like, I'm here to fight with you, and she's not just bullshitting. Mm-hmm. Because she sees all the shit that they are going through, all they're wounded. As a result of this, President Snow sees this, and he's like, I said that any relation to the Mockingjay is treason, so blow them up, that whole hospital.
Yeah. My favorite part of this next scene is when Katniss goes to shoot down the fighter jets with her explosive arrow, and Gale does too, but he misses. And
doesn't he?
And she hits the plane, and the plane flies into the other plane.
I keep thinking I'm blind, and I'm like, no, he had to, because nobody mentions it. They were just like, don't tell anyone. Gale, like, missed his shot. Mm-hmm. Because what the fuck? They give him a crossbow that's got, like, flame bolts on it, and they showcase that in... You know, Beatty has like a quick little Q moment where he gives them their new weapons and shit. Mm-hmm. And
people
then
probably don't know what a Q moment is.
James Bond. If you don't know what a fucking Q moment is, then you're in the wrong podcast, my friend.
Oh my gosh, how violent.
Just kidding. We're here for Rebels. So I wanted to say that something I thought that was super interesting, and I kind of calls back to us wondering what happened to Snow's cousin. Is when Snow makes that speech where he says that any relation to the Mockingjay is punishable by death, you see his granddaughter, who we've only seen in one film prior, where she's wearing her hair like Katniss, and she starts untying her hair. Like, it seems like she has genuine concern that if I'm wearing this, my grandfather might kill me.
Yeah.
And so I think that's interesting, because everyone knows he's ruthless. So when, after that attack on the hospital, which I guess they fail initially, because she shoots down the jet.
No, they just sent more. And then,
I guess, yeah, good job,
So
Katniss.
they kill all these people, she films a propaganda video, and then people start to, like, revolt.
Well, I want to say, the person that they have like a team, like a film team, to follow her around and film shit. This bitch is literally in her face after that, like, Katniss, can you tell the people what you're seeing right now? Like, are you serious? Can you get the fuck out of here?
That's her job.
I know, but this fucking paparazzi ass, like, hey, can I get a picture? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I guess what I was wanting to say about that is I end up, like, hating all of the theatrics of what they're trying to do to film this propaganda. And this is not a fault of the movie. This is going to sound like a criticism of the movie, but I think it is actually working. Like, everything feels fake, even on the rebel side almost. Like, I'm not feeling the heroics that I felt in the first two movies. I'm feeling like someone trying to sell a war. And it's not only because of, like, these recordings that they're doing of Katniss, but Alma Coin's speeches to the people. And there's a scene where Finnick is standing next to Katniss as they're standing in District 13. Everybody's cheering for Alma Coin about, all the shit going on. And Finnick says, like, Finnick can see that Katniss is visibly uncomfortable, and he says, "You don't like hearing a fight song at a funeral, huh? The more people we have on our side, the closer we are to Peeta and Annie." And it's like they're still in the Hunger Games in the sense that they are on TV with Caesar trying to get sponsors. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. I think another big part of that is that, they may believe in the rebellion, but I feel like the way that Coin acts, the reason that she is the way that she is, like, yeah, we know that President Snow did something to her family, blah, 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 but she almost feels just as evil. Like, she only wants the rebellion to work to take Coin down instead of
Snow down.
To take Snow down instead of winning freedom for all of these people.
Yeah.
That's the way it feels to me.
Which I think they did it well to make it seem like things aren't really different.
Yeah.
Like, it very much feels like pre-games to me the whole time. There's a scene that I wanted to mention where it shows Katniss, they record Katniss singing by the water, and it continues playing her voice over as it shows you around the other districts, and you see people singing the song now. You see one district.
Such a cool scene.
I know. Yeah, because you're seeing people, like, be empowered to rise up. You see the loggers. I'm not sure which district that is. You see them pull a whole
6.
fucking. Okay, yeah. 6 pulls this whole thing where they're walking with guards behind them, and they all start just ascending into the trees as they're being mowed down, and then they blow up all the ground beneath them. Like, people are listening, people are hearing them, and nearly every district is in full-blown rebellion.
I think the only ones that never truly rebel are 1 and 2.
Yeah, they never really mention that, so I'm assuming they don't. Now, after that, there's a moment where you get another video from Peeta, because they just keep doing this counteracting thing where Katniss puts out a video, Peeta puts out a video. And I really like that, especially being that they were together for the first 2 games and, like, falling in love. It plays really well to see him be, like, the polar opposite of her, whether forced or not, I'm just saying. He's doing her job for them. He's their Mockingjay in a sense. But they attack this hydroelectric dam, which takes out the power, and so Peeta is on the propaganda. He's doing, like, these live videos with Caesar, and he can hear Katniss singing because they hack into the systems and play her video, and it, like, breaks him out of it for just a moment, and it's, like, so fucking depressing to see his eyes, like, feel like they have light in them for a moment, and then he takes the moment to warn District 13 that they're sending bombers. And you can see, like, he immediately is like, Katniss, they're coming. They're going to kill everyone. And the video cuts as people are, like, grabbing Peeta. Which, did the Capitol not see that? Are you guys still okay with this? Like, I thought you liked Peeta. Like, I mean, I believe there's people in the Capitol that are probably like, I don't know how I feel about this. But I got all this fucking money, so who cares?
Yeah, exactly. And that saves a bunch of people. What didn't make sense to me was bombing an underground, like, bunker, and I know you said it's because they don't know, like, exactly where they are, but it doesn't seem like any of them would have died.
I guess not. I'm not sure what they wanted. I mean, I guess if they maybe hit the right area, they could have fucked with their missiles, because they just had, like, nukes under there with them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. In them being, like, locked away like that, when Katniss is down there, like, playing with the cat and a fucking flashlight because they have no power, she starts to think, like, of herself as the cat, and Snow is fucking with her with Peeta, and that he's gonna kill Peeta. I don't really know how the conclusion that she comes to, I'm just like, well, yeah, they were always gonna kill Peeta. Did you think?
Yeah.
But either way, she freaks out, and good news, because at the same time, since the power's out, Coin decides we're gonna send in this strike team to save Peeta. So they send in Gale, the only fucking good
All
thing.
volunteers.
Yes. Gale volunteered. Maybe you should have volunteered earlier, Gale.
That's because Gale wants to kill people.
Gale wants to... No. It's because Gale is trying to get in on this throuple. While they're going in for that, they do this thing to continue to fuck with the Capitol's systems, and to do that, they have FINNICK do a propaganda video. So FINNICK goes out there, and what he does is reveals the truth about himself, I guess. I'll put this in the time codes below so that if you don't want to listen to this part, you can skip past it, but we're going to talk about sexual assault that happened to FINNICK. He mentions that after he won the games at, what was it, 14?
Yeah.
At 14, and he's not the only one, that Snow sells their bodies to whoever's willing to pay to have a night with them. And it seems like it's the first time he's telling anyone about this, first of all, but he's doing it in the name of trying to help them get Annie and Gale. So he's making a pretty big sacrifice, but him having to air out his abuse live like that was really, really sad. And the actor, pulled that off really well. For not having many lines in this movie, that's a powerful scene. While they're doing that, eventually they shut off FINNICK's shit and instead have Katniss talk directly to Snow, which he reveals, hey, I know your people are saving Peeta, and I don't care. And he shuts off the thing. So you think, oh god, they're gonna kill them. But they just come back, and they have Peeta, and Gale's like, they had every gun on, and they just let us go. Gale belongs in Extraction, in that movie with his brother, Chris Extraction Hemsworth.
Yeah.
That's what he should be doing. That's so rude. What if he's an amazing Witcher, and we don't know?
Okay.
What if he was amazing in that movie with Miley Cyrus, and I don't know?
Okay.
Was he? Anyway, they rescue Peeta, and Katniss is super excited to see him. Yay, lovely reunion. She goes in there, and Katniss picks her up by the throat. Or
No,
Peeta picks her up by the throat and starts giving her the thresh around that room. He is knocking the shit out of her, and he looks so skinny. He's bones, which makes me think his super strength was nothing to fuck with, because at this weight, he's about to kill her. If he was at full strength when they did
He
this...
would have snapped her neck with the first
he would just
grab.
snapped her neck. He's fucking Omni-Man in here. It's actually really sad to see the fear in Katniss's eyes and confusion. And you also, if you hadn't seen or read anything, you're like losing your mind.
I remember the first time I watched that, I was like, whoa! Even though I had read the book, still.
So anyway, she passes out from being attacked, and Boggs, who I hadn't got to mention, he's actually a pretty good character, but Boggs comes up behind Peeta and hits him over the head with something, knocks him out. When Katniss wakes up, they explain to her that Peeta's been hijacked, which means that they've used Tracker Jacker venom, which she hallucinated from in the first movie, to basically tie his memories of Katniss to all the torture that he's been receiving. So he sees her as a threat. And when Katniss goes to see him again, she's behind a wall, and you see him in a bed just thrashing around and freaking out. It seems like he's gone. He's never going to be normal again. So, in the final scene where she learns that Peeta's been hijacked and he tried to kill her, was originally supposed to be the opening to the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. But during production, they felt that ending the scene after Boggs knocks out Peeta was too big of a cliffhanger. I disagree.
Yeah.
That would have been the fucking thing to bring people back.
I agree.
I said it when we saw it. As soon as the screen goes black from him hitting Peeta, cut, credits. It would have been fucking amazing. They didn't have the balls to do it, and I think that was a fuck up. The movie just ends like that, It seems like maybe not much happened, but it was all just this back and forth bullshit between Snow and Coin. The film was obviously dedicated to Philip Seymour Hoffman, played Plutarch Heavensbee. I didn't even really talk about him this whole time, but he's obviously there. He's constantly trying to make Coin better, honestly. He tells her at a couple points, hey, you're not selling this well, you have no showmanship, but she doesn't care. He died during the filming of this, or he died a week before the filming ended. So since most of his scenes for the final two movies had already been filmed, it was all right and they kept it, but the role that he still needed to film was finished with other characters taking his lines, like Effie or Hey Mitch would replace some of his lines. And then the last thing I have here is the movie was originally planned to be released in China on November 21st, 2014, but was pulled a week before release, and it was likely due to the protests in Hong Kong. The political theme of the movie is very similar to the protest demands in the democratic election for Hong Kong.
Interesting.
Crazy. Imagine if they tried to release this today. They probably wouldn't in America.
Imagine if they had actually released it in China, though, because it seemed like maybe they didn't release it at all. It might have made more money.
Yeah, they did lose out on that overall box office. Oh, you know what else, Finnick? I'm just looking back at my notes, and I'm just going to hit a few things that I missed. You know what else Finnick says? He says Snow has sores in his mouth because he drinks the poison that he gives to people all the time so that he can, like, pretend that he's fine and the antidote doesn't always work. You're an idiot. You're the fucking president. Just shoot them with a gun now because nobody cares what you do as is. So why are you still drinking poison, you fucking animal? Oh, the only reason Katniss was not sold like Finnick was because of the love story. That would have been a really dark way to go with the movie as well. If Finnick and Peeta or Katniss had experienced the same thing.
Yeah, because I feel like that would have been... I feel like it would have been too evil of a way for Snow to get back at her.
Yeah. Whenever the soldiers dropped into the tribute center to save them, they did those stunts for real with stuntmen, not with Liam Hemsworth.
Oh.
But they did that stunt for real where they really lowered down into a hotel. I thought that was cool. And last but not least, there's a scene where after the bombing, they go out and Snow dropped a bunch of roses. And I said to you at the time, I thought it'd be funny if instead of, because let me first reference this. In the prequel, Songbirds and Snakes and Ballads, he has a line. He always says, "Snow always falls on top." Kind of a cold line, but also he stops using it. And I thought it'd be funny if instead of roses, they went out there and he had just dropped a pile of snow and like it had mostly melted and he just had like a note that said "Snow always falls on top." Is that not good?
That's pretty good.
He should have been doing that instead of the roses. Katniss goes into her house and there's just snow on her table. Just a pile.
I can't. All right, everyone.
Okay, so far, our winners of our previous Hunger Games have been Goku, Batman, and Rogue. This is characters from video games. We have the Master Chief from Halo, Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, Kratos from God of War, Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid, Samus Aran from Metroid, Doom Guy from Doom, Kirby from various Kirby games, Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat, the Dragonborn from Skyrim, Steve from Minecraft, Starkiller from The Force Awakens, and Lilith the Firehawk from Borderlands. Again, matters if they can get sponsors, and they can't bring anything in.
Steve is not surviving that initial fight.
Steve can break down a tree with his bare hand. He's got...
It takes forever. Steve is dying.
Steve can create things out of... He can just put shit together.
But he has to build, and this is a fighting game, not a building game. Steve is dead.
Okay, I'll give it to you that Steve won't be able to make a sword in time before somebody kills him.
Okay.
I don't think Lara Croft is going to survive due to the other people being more powered than her. She is just a human.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I also think that, like Master Chief has his armor, he'll be fine. For at least for a little bit.
Master Chief, even without his armor, is 7 feet tall, and his body is augmented to be a super soldier.
I also think Solid Snake would probably live for a little bit, but I also think that he will die.
I think Solid Snake will end up like the Changelings. He will hide for a long time, and then eventually won't make it.
Yeah.
Look, with this many people gone, we got to start talking about what they're getting in there. If they're getting anything.
We've literally gotten rid of 3.
I know, but if we're all running to the middle.
I don't really know that much about the Dragonborn.
The Dragonborn within them, not needing to bring anything in, has the power to speak with a dragon tongue, which causes them to have ice breath, fire breath, lightning breath. Okay. They can blow you away.
So I feel as if...
They may win.
No.
Okay.
I feel like either Samus or Doom Guy would die.
I guess Samus...
Because... Samus needs, weaponry.
Well, it's in her armor. You said Master Chief has his armor.
Master Chief, right? Wouldn't he? I guess we're saying that they don't have anything.
I said Batman didn't bring in his shit, so I don't think, yeah. And
Okay.
Samus is not altered like
It's
Master
just,
Chief,
Samus
so
is just like Laura Croft.
she's badass, but yeah, I don't think she'll last as long. You're
Okay.
right.
So, I think,
Same with Doom Guy.
yeah. That's what
Unless there's something I'm missing about Doom Guy, but as I understand it, he's just a dude.
Yeah.
That's his whole thing. Okay.
I think that, which Sub-Zero are we talking? Noob or
Yeah.
Noob Sub-Zero?
But he's not Noob yet.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Who's Starkiller again?
Starkiller is Darth Vader's apprentice, so he has the Force. He may not have lightsabers when he comes in there, but also the reason they don't use Starkiller in anything else besides that game is they deem that he was way too overpowered and stronger than everyone, and so they can't use him. He pulls a Star Destroyer out of the sky. You know how Darth Vader stops that ship and it was super amazing? He literally grabs the full fucking Star Destroyer and just rips it out of space into the ground.
I feel like Starkiller and Lilith would be a good fight.
Yeah.
But Lilith has those crazy powers.
You're right. She can do a lot with her siren powers. It's more than just...
Like, I feel like she could stop the Force power and subdue him before he could kill her.
That first Sub-Zero, I think, is falling to Jedi mind tricks.
Noob? Absolutely, because Noob only sees... That's why I asked, because Noob is so evil that he only sees, like, red. And I don't think that he...
Master Chief will not fall to Jedi mind tricks. Kratos won't.
No. I think it's between Master Chief, Kratos, Starkiller, and Lilith.
Not Kirby. Kirby can absorb any of their powers.
I know, but I think
He
that...
does have to suck them off, though.
Yeah, and I don't think that Kirby would be able to get close enough to the Final Four to do that.
I guess you're right. And something tells me some of them are going to grab into the ground with their bare hand and not be pulled.
Yeah.
All right, Kirby is stomped to death in the end.
Oh.
The Dragonborn, Starkiller, Lilith, Master Chief, and Kratos?
Yeah.
Is that what we have left?
Yeah.
I think Master Chief's going to go.
Yeah.
In the end, without his armor, and I don't think that they're sending him a full set of his armor.
Yeah, I agree. And he doesn't have his number one ride or die. Cortana.
Yeah.
I do think Master Chief is going to go as well.
Kratos doesn't have his... Can Kratos get his weapon?
I mean, he's a god.
Kratos is not getting sponsors, though.
Couldn't he summon it, though?
We've gone too far past that, because I mentioned that earlier, that they could do the fucking Harry Potter thing and just call it into the arena, but we're just going to say they're in a dome, and even if he does it, it's going to be prevented.
Okay, so then dead.
Unfortunately, I think he's going to fight until he is absolutely bleeding out to death, organs hanging out, but I don't think he's making it.
Lilith would get the most sponsors.
Above Starkiller and...
The Dragonborn. All she has to do is, like, pull her shirt down a little.
Okay, well, let's give Lilith more respect than that. She's the commander, okay? She doesn't need to pull her shirt down. I think Lilith and the Dragonborn are primed to each get the most sponsors. Mm-hmm. It's cheating because the Dragonborn in the game, you build up your charisma level, but you can talk people into anything in that game.
I guess for me, it's hard to choose between who would win because the Dragonborn is the only person that I don't know.
They just unlimited anything you can think of. They can do. They do magic, just with their hands. And
so does Lilith.
They can just do more than Lilith. I think the Dragonborn has got this.
Okay, I'll have to believe you because like I said, the Dragonborn is the only person I don't know.
Just think of fucking the most badass knight across anything: Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. And on top of that, they have all the magic of fucking Doctor Strange.
You're right. The guy from one of my favorite characters from Game of Thrones would have won.
Who?
The Hound.
He would not have won.
He
wouldn't have stood a chance.
Anyway.
All right. So that's the Dragonborn.
Okay.
The next one is the Dragonborn Rogue, Batman, Goku. I'm going to make alterations. This is going to be our quarter quell, and I might throw other people in there. I might give them all a partner. I don't know yet.
Okay, well, he's going to figure it out.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening. We do so appreciate it. If you want to talk movies with us, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Letterboxd, Threads, and Blue Sky. We are NansPod everywhere.
NansPod?
Links, as always, will be wherever you're listening. And if I could ask you for one thing, is to share our show with someone and leave us a review. That is how we get new listeners. Of course, I also ask that you come back for more needless sequels. Next week, we'll be watching The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. And
It's our
not on
100th
HBO
episode
Max.
special.
Yeah, it's the 100th episode. We're gonna make it.
Woo!
All right, take care of yourselves, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Bye.